definitely unlikely to see an NIP victory. Has the draft swayed you at all? I mean, you're talking about a bit about what their draft does. Do you think that's given you any more hope in NIP?
It's skeptical because every time I see Darkseer, I just think the opponent carry is going to get off to a really good start. And they've actually elected to put Alchemist, the carry I thought they were going to prioritize getting free farm, in the mid lane, which I can only imagine against Void Spirit he'd be pretty good. And let's see, Void Spirit's base armor is only 2, so the Acid Spray will put him in the -2 range.
Yep.
And on the other hand, Pango, or no, they're putting, what are their lanes?
Zai
like safe lane Tusk?
Yeah, in the safe lane.
Nisha is going offlane as Pango with Quelling Blade, Orb of Venom, and no regen.
Zai going for this bounty rune. He's not going to get it. Gets stunned by the charge and may pay the price if he's not careful. No Orb of Venom, it looks like. Yeah, what? So he's okay.
Tanner's not blocking it all mid. So that means look at the was that intentional?
That they
He had Naga illusions in the mid lane that made it so Alchemist's creeps didn't go forward. I think that actually helped Matama Man.
That
was a bit strange. They lingered for like 3 or 4 seconds and his creeps just stopped moving.
Tanner misses the first pull, meaning Matu gets both last hits to start things off, and we're going to test how well a Void Spirit can contest
Blizzy's actually just dead, by the way. He walked into a tag team and didn't expect that to happen level 1, but we've talked about how overwhelming of damage that can be.
Body block with the trees for the Iron Shell, yeah.
And the trees are going to go down. Okay.
That was almost an outplay from Secret. If he managed to get past the trees and then they body block Milan in, that could have been enough to
level
save
2 now all of a sudden. Pretty early on in the laning stage. This is going to be one of those off-laners have less farm than the 4 position situations. More often you'd expect that from Secret, but in this case, let's see, Nisha is queuing up an immediate Javelin. They did pick the Pango in response to Naga, one of the best heroes in the off lane to utility role. Some obviously kind of a mid laner here to counter the Naga Siren. All of what Pango does, all of his AoE swashbuckles, the maelstroms, everything's really annoying for the Naga Siren. His ultimate being BKB basically for him. Makes it so that the Naga Sleep doesn't counter it. Just overall a nice counter. And Matama Man off to a pretty solid start. Looks like they're trading mid, but anytime an Alchemist is trading with somebody evenly in the early game, I'm pretty happy to be the Alchemist.
Going for some early braces, so there's no real kill threat on him. Back at top lane, Secret trying to get the kill on PPD. They had the Orb of Venom slow, but Nisha got pushed back and wasn't able to maintain as PPD goes up with a salve and is going to turn and look to fight Yapster. Nice positioning from Peter in the trees, allowing him to get the full salve regen. And now Yapster could be in some trouble. He may have overstayed his welcome here. He throws out the Fade Bolt to mitigate some of this right-click damage, and that'll be enough to help him get out of there with the boots.
Yeah, most of the time you're expecting the 4-position Tusk and the 3-position Nature's Prophet, but that's the benefit of having your early round picks be flex. Naga, very good in lane versus both those heroes, but guess what? She's not laning against either of those heroes. So kind of cool what Secret did in terms of a pivot with their heroes, but Blizzy is cutting the creeps bottom, getting a lot for himself out of that. Nature's Prophet is threatening to TP in as he finally does complete it with the triple Fairy Fire.
I saw those items earlier and was like, this is cute.
That's a lot of Fairy Fires. Not as cute as what Insania did with the drafts earlier, though. That was...
He's doing his best impression. You know?
Yeah, he is.
He's trying to be a bit of a hipster himself.
Gotta respect it. No, I think it's avant-garde is what we all came to the conclusion
With
of.
Secret, yes.
Yes, with Secret it is avant-garde. Zai does not like the term hipster.
Insania, he's not won enough games to get to decide what it's called yet.
Exactly. Milan being a bit... They have to tank these creeps is the problem when you're cutting like this, and you're just taking a little bit of extra damage. And as a safe laner, an off laner played from the safe lane, Tusk is quite good at coming over real quick and helping his 5 position zone them out.
If that's a carry,
tag team.
You're like, oh, I'm hitting my creeps at the tower, but because it's a Tusk, you're like, well, I'm happy to miss some CS to go punish this.
Absolutely, yeah. And most carries can't come over and just offer that much help, as we see Jakiro also going down top. And so far, already a 1K net worth lead for Secret at 3 minutes in. Are we going to see a repeat of them slowly but surely just squeezing that advantage away from NIP? So
Alk is definitely
so.
One of those heroes that leans itself to having a gold lead that can very quickly maybe misrepresent the state of the game. But at the same time, we're in the early game. So
when we were watching SCA games as well as the NA games, surprisingly, Alks weren't having these ideal starts, and they were still winning. So
Yep.
I'm curious how it plays out in what may seem like a more competitive region.
Yep.
Simply because in NA everyone's so good that, you know, I don't know where I'm going with this. Trying to save our region, but there's never anything good to say as we see Dahak getting dove in the top lane, forced to salve up, which he does have in his backpack. And Nisha will also salve. Javelin almost on the way, but he's out of mana.
Yeah, Matu trying to dodge the pull, but unable to get by it, and with the charge in from Milan. They get the kill. TP from Puppey, trying to get a revenge one on Tanner. He gets back to the high ground,
Well
though.
played.
And now Milan should be okay here.
Okay, forcing out response from 2 supports. Yapster didn't even have any mana.
Yep.
So that's actually NIP making the proactive moves this game.
And Nisha wants it. It's going to be close. He manages to pick it up. Will he go down, though, for it? Doesn't have the mana for a swashbuckle, and he's going to pay the price. Gets the bounty rune, at least.
Puppey did something really cool where he dragged the enemy creep wave with an ion shell on it towards the bounty rune such that the Tusk could contest without missing the creep wave near his own tower.
Ooh.
I've never seen that before, so I wanted to point out that little cool trick he did there. As we see another charge on the mid lane, trying to pick on Matama. Yeah, that level 6 is going to make that difficult.
Oh, see if they've got the damage for it. It looks like Matu's just going to turn and fight with the minus armor. If Puppey was able to get a right click or two, and they would have found this kill. They're still chasing for it and may still actually find it. Puppey gets one more from the low ground, which is just enough damage from Matu to get the last hit.
Most alchemists would be content just not dying there. Instead, they elect to turn the kill onto NIP, and it seems like the window for pressuring Alk may have already closed.
Yes, double bracer, and he can fall back to the jungle. He's kind of unkillable when ultimate's up. Sprout going to block him in. Peter will get back to the high ground with the Sprout wearing off, and looks like he should survive through this. Elsewhere, it's Zai getting a solo kill down bottom on the Darkseer around the outpost, it looks like.
He's only level 4 with 5 armor, and Tusk has level 6 with 3 points in tag team and Walrus Punch. It's overwhelming amounts of damage.
Puppey gets jumped on by the Astral Step. That'll be enough to bring him down. There is a courier kill as well, so Puppey, not just his life, but his poor couriers. But just the 5 position, and as far as the big picture goes, Secret going to be very happy with the kills they're getting on their cores.
The triple stack for Matama, man.
Oh, man.
I like how he places the acid spray to the left, because just in case the opponent has a ward that may see the river, it would catch the edge of that acid spray and alert the opponent team that he is farming this camp. So that's kind of a little cool thing there. As we see bottom, playing around the Tusk. Very powerful this stage in the game, offering so much damage. Already used Punch, though, and not quite in position to get the lift. Tanner immediately reacts with his level 6, looking to punish this tad bit of overextension from Secret. Catches the Ether Remnant, and he will go down.
Just
Can they get any more, though?
Doesn't feel worth it, but he wants the second kill. He's trying to get Zai, but with the tag team there, he's going to force the Void Spirit to get the hell out of there. Now Zai in the tree. Can he find a way out of this one? He's going to try to eat his way through. He's hiding there, but Milan will find him. And
good rotation.
Yeah, they're playing. I mean, we mentioned when we saw NFP's draft, you know, this feels a bit like OG style. You know, they've got the Spirit Breaker with the Darkseer. They're going to run at them for kills, and NIP's doing just that.
I like how Tanner's utilized. It's kind of reminding of Nisha last game, where he lost mid lane and he's just running around killing people. But I don't know if it's the same story as this game. We've got an Alchemist in the meanwhile, as opposed to a Timbersaw that you're leaving alone in the mid lane.
I think the good news for NIP is they also have their own hard carry in the Naga free farming. But perhaps on a hard carry that is going to be able to outpace or outgrade an Alchemist.
Yeah, it's a tough... Oh, my God, he dies so fast.
That's a big streak. Matu gets it 500 gold for the Alchemist. That's painful.
His Radiance was already coming at like 12 minutes. It might be like an 11-minute Radiance now. Even less, potentially, as he is absolutely free-farming the middle part of the map. Is he going to look to pressure this tower? Maybe. It'll slow down his Radiance a tad, but NIP will be forced to react to this if they want to defend their mid-tower. As they dive again bottom, Puppey does sprout out Blizzy. Dahak actually solo kills Nisha in the top lane meanwhile, but Milan, bit of an overextension this time around.
They want 2 here. Zai shows up with a
That's
punch.
682 damage with that tag team. That's the fact that that ability crits is pretty nutty. Whew. So effectively a 300 damage bonus. Or how much does almost punch? 350. So 350 damage from the tag team. Plus punch combo.
Brutal stuff. Zai showing his prowess on the core Tusk.
Yeah, it looks really fun and honestly very impactful from the core role. This Tusk we've seen several times this tournament throughout different teams. Matamba Man getting ran at again. Doesn't have
Naga.
ult.
They get the ensnare to follow this one up, and yeah, without the ultimate, he may just go down here if he's not careful. The Pangolier shows up with the Rolling Thunder, trying to keep them at bay. Tanner needs one more right click. It's going to be close. He gets him with the Rolling Thunder, and he hits the Spirit Breaker. They lose vision, so they can't get him with the charge, and Tanner in all sorts of trouble. He goes fishing with a Remnant to the high ground, hoping to find the Alk, who's not there, and he'll pay for this with his life, and well, they may be trying to play it like OG, but they're not OG, and they're being punished for some over-aggression here.
Hey, this is the type of thing, it bodes well for a team like NIP in the future. They are, I think they're playing correctly. They're just not quite as good at it as these other teams, and that's perfectly fine. That's how you get better, and that's how you learn. And maybe a bit of an overextension there, as Dahak does get active this early on in the game as a Naga Siren, but forced to sleep, as you said. Gets surged away.
Oh, they're going to fight this one, perhaps.
Gets the Ether Remnant.
Yep.
No swashbuckle mana.
And Nisha will barely get the swashbuckle away, but he still gets caught out. Puppey going to TP his way out of there, and Zai on the run. Has some one charges, has a bracer in his backpack, which he slots in, hoping to get some extra stats here. Another Remnant pull coming into play. Puppey going to TP back in as well. And the snowball to the high ground. Zai with a TP out afterwards. Really nice juke from him.
Yeah, it looked like that Ice Path was going to catch him, but it didn't. Charge in from Milan, only level 5, but Puppey paying the price once again as Matamba Man says, thank you guys for all of this space with my 10-minute and 45-second Radiance coming out here.
Yeah, that's a quick one, and you can see the CS pretty even, but this is Alk Dota, so I imagine he's pretty far ahead when it comes to actual net worth as far as the carries go.
Tanner?
Yeah.
That's a 700 damage physical attack.
Oh, and they've got the block with the follow-up. The snowball and the ice shards blocks in poor Blizzy as well. Matu showing up for the party. He even gets the last hits. Matu as an Alk is on a killing spree and almost has double the net worth of Naga Siren. That is not a pretty sight for the NIP Dota fans.
Is Tusk broken? This hero seems so insane.
Tag team, what a spell.
Yeah.
It's just the tag team that makes this hero
insane,
insane, right?
the tag team, yeah. Like, he was just standing on the low ground in range of the aura so that Nisha was just hitting him with tag team, as they have a Vlad's plus the disarm from Pango plus the tag team from Zai. This is going to be an early and fast roast, not including the acid spray.
They're chunking it.
Yeah, the minus armor is, we got 4 from Pangolier, we got 7 from Alchemist, and obviously the tag team buffing up everyone's damage whenever it's off cooldown.
Yep, and it's a pretty low cooldown as well, so... Tanner in the neighborhood, he's looking for a rune. I don't even know if they realize this is going on. You don't normally expect an Alk draft to do a 12-minute Roshan.
Yeah.
That's not your everyday.
And the fact is, Pangolier is one of the best Roshers in the game because you can just perma-disarm Rosh, or at least nearly perma-disarm. And since he went for this first item Vlad's, which I really like a lot, basically embracing the off-lane Pango from the middle player for Secret.
Showing some serious flexibility. Nisha not just having to play that kind of flashy playmaker. As here we go, Matu showing up to a fight with the Radiance. They've already taken out PPD's Jakiro. The Nether Strike not being cast at all, and now the Rolling Thunder just wiping its way through the NIP lines.
Oh, gets stunned.
Yeah, this is going to be a dead Void Spirit, and Blizzy does manage to escape his way out of there, but a 9k gold lead, and it feels like a similar story to last game where Secret just start pulling ahead. But here we go. NIP, they're not done. They're charging in. They know their way back into this game is to fight. The snowball, though, going to be there to dodge the charge stun. He's going for the Nether Strike now. Going to lock Zai in place for the time being. But the right-click damage with the tag team, just too much. Naga Siren shows up, wants the Tusk kill. There's a Walrus Punch. He gets it off, but he does end up going down. So a nice kill onto Zai.
Is available.
May need to use it here. He's getting very low with the Nature's Prophet TPing in. They get the vacuum, though. They cancel the first sleep cast. Luckily, Dahak looks like he's still going to managed to TP on out. The Ice Path covering his escape. That was a very long TP in the end. There's a full retreat now for Secret. They're going to maybe lose more here with Tanner coming back into the fight. But
meanwhile, Alk's just hitting creeps in the mid lane.
It always feels like you see like a glimmer of hope and then you remember, oh wait, this hero Alchemist is in the game.
Yeah, he got a Radiance 2 minutes ago and he's already got 2,800 gold on top of it.
About to be officially double the Nagas. No, maybe not quite. Still needs about
15 seconds. Yeah, 15 seconds or so he'll be doubled up.
Naga's trying to not let that happen.
Gets the Troll plus Golem camps the dream. Finds a neutral item somehow. I don't know how many of those are. I don't know how any of those are left.
Yeah, he's been hitting a lot of neutral.
Yeah, that's his first one. He doesn't have any. Oh, I guess he has a jelly. Okay, that makes sense.
Sometimes if you're, not killing Ancients, those neutral items can take a while to appear.
Tanner looking for more. Forcing the issue as Alchemist is still looking to farm a bit.
Immediate Rolling Thunder from Nisha. He's going to ignore the Void Spirit and go for the squishier supports. It's poor PPD. He's going to get picked off, brought down.
Just making it look easy once again from Secret, and
Huck's going to run in, but he's unkillable. I mean, plus he has an Aegis, of course.
yeah, he has a full Reaver that's going to be delivered soon enough, as it seems already hard to kill him before that Reaver, and he's going to have 2,000 health with
Bounty Rune spawning in Secret. They've laid a trap here. They've come to contest these down bottoms.
Nice
Zai going to
lift.
roll in, and meanwhile on the high ground, it's going to be Darkseer forced to surge his way out of there. Milan does manage to sneak a Bounty Rune, but may pay for this with his life as the Pangolier buckles his way through him.
Shards. Nope, doesn't catch him.
Tanner does have 2 ulti charges left, so he's still got lots of mobility to play around. It looks like he wants to try and use that to get aggressive on Team Secret, who are separated from their Alchemist. So if you can take a fight away from the Alchemist, that could be the way to play this. They bring in Dahak on the Naga Siren. They've gone chasing for Nisha, who does not have the Rolling Thunder. They're going to vacuum him back into an ensnare, and it looks like they could be finding this kill here. They do manage to bring down Nisha. They definitely want more, though.
Here comes Big Alk, boy.
Uh-oh. That's the hero you're going to run away from. Matu rocks up to the party. He's got the concoction channeled up, and he's doing some good AoE damage with the Radiance here, but Team Secret have already lost 2 here, and this Alchemist's going to be careful. He's got the Aegis, but he's going to immediately lose it. Saves.
Has a full heart.
Yeah, and saves the ulti now for his respawn. Immediately pops it with the Heart of Tarrasque. He might be 1v5ing or 2v5ing. He's got some help. Puppy's like, I got you, bro. And he's going to scare Team NIP away with the Heart of
sad,
Tarrasque.
actually. That's so sad. You kill his entire support cast, and you're like, well, this sucks. Can't kill this guy.
I mean, they understood where Alk was on the map and that they could actually punish this. That was heads up from NIP.
Ignoring his net worth, they're only down by 1K, so they can very well take fights.
Yep.
Actually, they're up by 1. They're up by 2K. I did that wrong math there.
5v4, they have a gold advantage. Barely, but they do. Back in the mid lane, they're going to continue to fight here. They want to go on Alchemist.
Stuns himself.
Yeah, if they can chain stun him and get him low here. The Rolling Thunder going to come in to bail him out,
Oh my god, the Prophet ult.
That is brutal. Dahak tries to bail them out with an ulti, but it's just not enough.
He's trying to TB behind on Puppy.
Yep.
Forcing the issue even further. Has a mech on a position 5 Nature's Prophet 16 minutes into the game, and
high ground we
oddly
go.
enough, Yapsor is the lowest net worth on Secret. Take a mental screenshot of that one, because that does not happen very often.
Did strangely happen last game as well, but that's because Puppy was illuminating, Coddle blasting every single wave.
Even then, showing the versatility of this team.
Yeah, because we often talk, Yapsor, he's this greedy 4. He loves to, steal kills and get lots of farm, but that's not every game.
Puppy's the second highest net worth on all of Secret.
Okay. I mean, Zai is playing incredibly selflessly, as is Nisha. Nisha's pretty much playing a 3 position / 3.5, so Puppy just, he's, just in every fight getting kills, I guess? Because I feel like I've seen Puppy die a number of times.
I'm getting some Beast Coast vibes from Secret here, where you just have one guy way at the top, and then everyone else is about the same right in the middle.
Well, Nisha going to get pulled back in. There's a vacuum follow-up. The Ice Path's going to get it before the Rolling Thunder, and with the charge there, they're going to be able to chain stun Nisha with the ensnare, and Matu unable to save his buddy there. He just wants to get back to safety.
Weren't Secret the ones that actually knocked out Beast Coast, or at that time, was?
You mean the TI?
Yeah, TI. Weren't they the ones that knocked them out? Wasn't Secret?
It could have been.
Yeah, I think they took notes while that happened, because Infamous Gaming that's what it was, right? Yeah, I couldn't think of the name. As we see NIP looking to run it back, I think they realize this doesn't get any better.
Yeah, they're just going to keep on fighting, even though, Tanner's about to have a Desolator. That's going to give him some actual burst damage. That's going to maybe give him a shot at killing the Alk. It feels like they need a Spirit Vessel to stop all that health regen from the Chemical Rage and the Heart of Tarrasque. I'm not sure if they're anywhere near a Spirit Vessel on anyone, but
they don't have the best catch on the side of Secret, but here it comes.
Sleep, Vacuum, Ice Path, NIP. Have they got the damage to follow this one up? It's going to be tested here. The Astral Step going to go through, wiping through everyone, but the damage just isn't there. Team Secret sustaining through it, or with the Guardian Greaves, they're just able to fight their way through it. Matu not even close to going down. He's just brought down the Spirit Breaker, and Team Secret get completely caught in the wombo of all combos and shrug it off.
That's demoralizing.
Yes.
You got to respect that they went for it.
Yeah.
And you know what their draft was meant to do, but we presented that concern that they might just tank it with the heroes they have, and that's one thing about this Alchemist pick that is really nice in theory against what NIP has brought to the table. And I'd say going as expected for Secret, but
even if Naga had more net worth and another item or two, that fight I feel like doesn't look too different.
Alc dropped to about 85% health there.
Yeah. I think the lowest I saw was like maybe one of the supports was on like a third or something.
And then they mech'd.
Yes.
Desolator on your 5 position Nature's Prophet. That's actually their mid Nature's Prophet based on the network distribution. And we see Dahak trying to make something happen here. And he's just going to try to TP out.
Sleep.
Honestly,
could
have been worse. Yeah. Barely got out before Rubik finished his TP.
He's
and
207. He's definitely one of the players that's looked really impressive on this NIP team. A big reason why they were able to qualify for the major.
It's funny because Secret just really does make other teams look like pub stacks, because how often in pubs do you see a Naga Siren that's 2-0-7 and just loses the game?
That's, I think, what you have to remember. This NIP team qualified to the ESL One major before it got cancelled over teams like Nigma, like Liquid, like Alliance.
Yeah, they're no joke.
Some tough competition.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. They obviously have 2 stand-ins, but that's the thing, right? It's not even like they're playing bad. It's not like they look bad. It's not like they are bad. They just, in comparison to Secret, I guess everyone is bad. Secret, or Matama Man gets gone on in the bottom lane, but to no avail, it seems.
I don't think they're ever going to have the damage in. Oh, the punch.
As his body lands on the sleeping opponents.
What's the play here? They do manage to get the Darkseer wall off to make an Alchemist of their own. They're going to fight Alchemist with Alchemist is the plan, but the problem is Matu just being tickled by his illusion. They're going to lose the Darkseer first. Nisha bouncing around. They snowball onto the high ground. Actually pulled the Rolling Thunder into the snowball. A cute little play from Team Secret. I didn't actually know you could do that. And
I did not know either. So
yeah.
I did learn something this game.
That was kind of cool. I don't think it has normally much application, but worked just fine there. Well, it's the end for Team NIP. 25k gold lead. They're going to vacuum. Oh, not vacuum. They're going to pull in Tanner, who is just trying to get the hell out of there. Buyback from the Spirit Breaker. It's similar to last game. We'll see NIP fight to the bitter end, but 22 minutes in, their base in shambles.
Yeah, Secret just playing their lineup to perfection. NIP doing their best to stave them off, but you're down by 27k at 22 minutes in the game. That is, as far as I can tell, more than 1,000 net worth per minute differential, and Secret once again handing a whooping.
A Deso now as well. Puppy's like, dude, I already got one of those. Don't need another. GG is called from PPD. And with that, Team Secret have secured their second 2-0 victory here in the ESL One Los Angeles League very convincingly.